Get inspired, stay inspired, where we get real about weight loss. Welcome back to Get Inspired, Stay Inspired. Your inspired team is here, and today the topic is sleep. Sleep is super important, as all of us know, but it's something that we have to deal with our clients on a daily basis. So we wanted to do a video to provide you common reasons why people have trouble sleeping, but not only that, we want to give you a ton of tips of what you can do today to help you sleep. So let's get right to it. Number one, top 4 reasons why people are not sleeping or staying asleep. Number one is it could be your age, right, Dr. Donna?
Oh yeah, for sure. So you see those teenagers that sleep all day, but as you get older, your sleep-wake cycle changes, and it continuously changes. So you may be in menopause. That can affect as well. So you want to make sure that you try and get into bed earlier, and get that good sleep as you get older. So your age could certainly affect it.
Yeah. So menopause is definitely something that we deal with on a daily basis with our clients. I mean,
For sure.
our client base is between 35 and 65, and I have 80-year-olds, but basically, like, most people are postmenopausal, and that's a big thing for
Yeah.
many different reasons. I mean, you have those hot flashes, 2:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're soaking wet. Right? I mean, I
Yeah.
Oh
haven't
yeah.
done that.
So your hormones can
I
certainly
get
affect
hot.
that.
The hormones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is definitely something that affects the sleep and affects our clients. All right. So number 2, let's talk about this. This is a big one. This is a big one, guys. Number 2 is it could be your lifestyle. What are you doing on
No,
a daily
never.
basis? What are you doing on a daily basis that is not helping you go to sleep or stay asleep? Number 1 for under lifestyle is drinking alcohol within 4 hours of bedtime. So drinking alcohol, sometimes causes you to just like stay up or doesn't allow you to go to sleep. So make sure that you do not drink alcohol within 4 hours of bedtime. Number 2, eating within a few hours of bedtime. Guys, if you pig out and then you try to go to sleep, I don't know about you guys. I feel like crap.
Yep.
I feel like
Yep.
the food is going up my throat. Then the next morning, I wake up feeling terrible. So lying down with a full stomach can promote heartburn, which makes it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. So stay away from eating a ton before going to bed. Napping too much. Stop napping. Get real tired by the end of the day so you can go to sleep, guys. Stop napping. Long naps in the afternoon or later make it harder to stay asleep. Also, consuming too much caffeine. Caffeine is not just coffee, guys. Caffeine is in other things too. You have coffee, you have tea, you have sodas. All that caffeine blocks your brain chemical, and that helps you go to sleep. So go light on the caffeine or foods that contain caffeine and go to bed early, okay? So for the lifestyle, that is it. Also, I got to share something. I've noticed for myself that if I am watching TV and I fall asleep on the sofa and then I wake up to go to bed, I have a hard time going back to sleep.
Yep.
So what
You are
I
not
have
alone.
done, yes, so what I have done is, like, when I start feeling sleepy, because that's a lifestyle thing, right? Because you
Yes.
come back, you come home from work, you want to wind down, you eat, and then you sit on the couch and Netflix, right? So when I start feeling like I'm getting sleepy, instead of letting myself go to sleep on the couch, I go straight to bed. So that's a lifestyle thing. All right. Number 3 is it could be an underlying condition, Dr. Marty, right?
Yes. And a lot of people have anxiety, stress, depression. And those are all things that could definitely keep you from falling asleep. And we're going to give you some tips at the end of this video that will help you manage that a little bit. Obviously, we're not psychologists or mental health professionals, so we're not going to be able to fully take care of that for you, but we're going to give you some tips that are going to help you manage stress before bed in just a minute. We also have, as a huge one, is the factors that go along with obesity. Okay. If you are way overweight, if you're overweight, you're going to have things like sleep apnea. It's really hard to sleep with a CPAP on your face, or even worse, it's really hard to sleep with untreated sleep apnea because you're not going to ever get into a deep, restful sleep. Chronic pain. If you suffer from chronic pain and it's a lifestyle related factor, whether you are overweight, whether you are eating very inflammatory stuff that just makes you achy, that's going to keep you from getting into a good deep sleep. Menopause, we talked about menopause. Menopause is one of the biggest factors that affects our clients. You know, we get a lot of women between the ages of 40 and 50 where perimenopause and menopause is setting in, and you're having these hot flashes, and you're having your brain racing, and all of those things could be hormonally related, but also nutrition related, because I find that a lot of times, even without treating hormones, when we get our clients into a place where they're eating an anti-inflammatory, healthy, clean diet, all those symptoms get relieved because their body can process things better. Menopause is supposed to be a natural process. So these are things that can definitely be improved through healthy living.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, that menopause. You know, eating, you mentioned eating, Dr. Marty, and, you know, it's like if you eat a ton of sugar and then try to go to sleep, I mean, there's so many, everything is affected by what our intake, like what we put in our bodies,
Yep.
you know, it's
Or
so
what you eat.
incredible how everything under the sun is affected by how we, you know, treat our bodies, put in our bodies is incredible. So having heard all of that, we want to give you some amazing tips so you can start sleeping well, because it's that important. So number one, keep a regular sleep-wake cycle. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Now, I want to share something that I've been doing. In our last video, I shared that my New Year's resolution is to go to sleep earlier because I want to wake up earlier. And it's been working. And so what I want to share with you is what I'm doing. I heard this businessman say in a video that I was watching that we need to change our mindset. And instead of putting an alarm to wake up, you want to put an alarm to go to sleep. And I'm like, man, that's a really cool idea. So I've been doing that since the beginning of the year. My phone goes ding at 10 p.m. That's telling me time to wind down, time to go and prepare to go to sleep. And I've been very obedient to my phone and my alarm. I go and I do my whole process that I need to do to go to sleep. I'm not going to sleep at 10:30. I used to go to sleep like at midnight, 12:30. And I've been, the docs are very proud. I've been waking up at 7:30 in the morning. So,
and why is it important, Martha, Coach Martha? Why is it so important to be asleep by midnight?
Why? Well, there's studies that show that there's a certain window that if you go to sleep and you're in that deep stage 5 sleep, that your body starts shooting out these amazing restorative hormones in your body, so it can start preparing your bodies for the next day. And that also helps with weight loss. Okay, so that's why it's important. Also, for me, it's important because it's important for me to wake up early, so then I can get more done during the day. And I have more time for myself in the morning. That's another reason why it's important.
Coach Martha, hasn't it become a little bit easier? And don't you find yourself that you're ready for bed before your alarm goes off?
Yes, I'm amazed.
Talk about creating a habit.
I'm amazed. So that's number one. Number two, who wants to hit number two? Caffeine.
I got it. Avoid caffeine, before bed. You don't want to drink caffeine or alcohol. Everybody wants that little nightcap, but you know what? That can keep you up. So don't drink that caffeine. Don't drink that little cocktail before bed, that glass of wine. You may feel a little drowsy, but you're not going to get into that good sleep cycle like Coach Martha was talking about. You'll wake right up. So the other thing to avoid is nicotine. Nicotine is a stimulant. Most people don't realize that. And, some people want their cigarette, nicotine, any type of nicotine before bed, but you're not going to get into that good sleep cycle. So definitely avoid those. Those are the top 3.
Okay. Yeah. So then we have don't exercise within 2 hours of bedtime. Exercising 5 or 6 hours before bedtime may help you sleep more soundly. So you got your adrenaline going. You know, you want to do the Peloton for an hour and then take a shower and go to sleep. That's not going to happen. You're going to want to keep going. So check, look to see when you're exercising, because that does make a difference. All right, number 4, guys.
Don't eat large meals 3 to 4 hours, and stop drinking water. And some of this might be obvious. You know, if you drink water, you know, a couple of hours before bed, you're going to have to get up and use the restroom. You know, it's normal. It's part of what we do. One of the things that we talk about so important is getting your water in early in the day so that you could get all the ounces that you need for your body to be healthy, but also it's not keeping you awake at night. And also don't eat late at night. We just talked about this. It increases gastric reflux. Your body doesn't really have time to digest. During the middle of the night, your body is supposed to be restoring your brain, restoring your growth hormone, restoring all these other things that keep you healthy and vibrant. And it doesn't need to be digesting, you know, a cheeseburger and fries in the middle of the night. So
Definitely not.
have a lighter dinner and don't eat within 3 to 4 hours before bed.
Dr. Donna, the next one is one that I cannot do, so I'm good in this one. What's the next one?
Don't nap. I am not a napper. You know, definitely look, if there's some people that need that little 15-minute, but you know, just close your eyes type of thing. Don't do it after 3 o'clock. Typically, if you nap after 3 o'clock, you're not going to get a good night's sleep. You know, the other thing too, if you feel like you need a nap in the afternoon, every single day, you may not be getting good rest, but you also may not be eating a good healthy lunch, you know, so that can certainly contribute. Don't nap. And certainly don't nap after 3 o'clock.
And you know what, guys, I had to chime in on this one. And Coach Martha, you have a baby in your house right now, your grandson, right? And you know that nap schedule is so important because you don't want him to nap too late, because then he won't go to sleep.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So why do we do that to ourselves as adults? You know, where you're laying down watching TV or you're exhausted. And if you're having that food coma after lunch, kind of like people get after Thanksgiving dinner, reevaluate what you're putting in your mouth.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's such a good point. That's such a good point. Okay, the next one, guys, is your environment. Set the atmosphere, people. Sleep in a dark, quiet room with a comfortable temperature. But I'm going to add to that. Make your pillows yummy, your sheets nice and soft, your comforter nice and yummy as well. Like, set the atmosphere in the place that you're going to sleep, because that does make a difference. Make it dark and nice and dark. All right, the next one, guys. If you can't fall asleep, you got this, Dr. Marty?
I got this one. And it's a tough one. It's a really, really tough one. If you can't fall asleep within 20 minutes of laying down, get up and do something relaxing. Like, this is not the time for you to get up and clean the house. This is not the time for you to go work out. This is not the time for you to get yourself a cup of coffee, because you're awake anyway, so you might as well. But this might be the time for
snack.
Yeah, this is not the time for any of those things. But this might be a good time for you, you know, to get up and engage in one of the tips, the wind down tips that we're going to give you at the very end. Just get out of bed and do something. That's not that you're not just laying there thinking, I can't sleep, I can't sleep, I can't sleep, because that's the worst thing.
That makes it 100 times worse. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So the next one, Dr. Donna, wind down.
Wind down and wind down. You want to definitely try and wind down 30 minutes before you go to bed. How do you wind down? You can do some guided meditation, some teas and things like that. Diffuse some lavender oil teas. Like one of my favorite ones is a lavender tea. That kind of chills you out and relaxes you. Certainly, you know, we spoke about it before. Don't engage in other things that exercise. But also, you know, maybe reading a relaxing book. I know sometimes when I start reading, I'm out cold, and I wake up with the book, right on me. So, there's quite a few different things that you can do. Another favorite is the diffuse the lavender oil. I know Coach Martha likes that one.
I do.
Oh, yes.
Also put lavender oil in the bottom of your feet helps too.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too,
Also,
or on your pillow.
Yep, I was gonna say that your pillow, like
Yeah.
spray, that's the atmosphere situation, guys. So it says here, wind down 30 minutes before bedtime with a relaxing pre-sleep ritual. So create a ritual, create that routine that like try new things, like try different things that we're talking about today. So then you can create that ritual that that works for you. So Dr. Donna, what's your ritual before
What's
you
my
go to sleep?
ritual? As you guys know, I am not a good sleeper. I have gotten so much better. I'm actually trying to go to bed, get in bed by 10 o'clock. I do turn my TV on, but I set a timer for it. I make a cup of tea before I go to bed. I'll set that timer for about 15 to 20 minutes. My TV will go off. I will roll over. Sometimes I also put on some guided meditation, and I'll wear my earphones, and I am out like a light. I have to say, I am sleeping much better.
Awesome. Dr. Marty, what's your ritual?
My ritual is I will usually, I'm a huge fan of the lavender oil, or a lot of companies will have like a relaxation blend. And I like smells. I like things that smell good. And so I'm a huge fan of that. I make sure that I'm kind of picky. I make sure that my sheets are nice and stretched out and everything is nice and my pillows are in place. I usually, when I start getting kind of tired, sleepy, sometimes you finish dinner, and if you've had a long day, it's 8:30 at night, 9 o'clock, and you find yourself kind of nodding off in front of the TV. I will go to bed and watch TV for a half hour, so that if I fall asleep, I'm at least asleep in bed. I put away my phone. I get off of social media, because that's a rabbit hole that, I mean, you'll be up till 3 o'clock in the morning watching videos on TikTok,
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I doing this? This is, I'm an adult. I have stuff to do tomorrow. So, and that, I think everybody goes through stuff like that. So it's important to understand, like, you have the power, put it down. We talk about bedtime rituals. Again, I'm going back to babies, because this is something that, we're living now in Coach Martha's house, right? There's a bedtime routine. You give the baby a warm bath. Okay. I used to give my kids a little massage on their feet. They still remember, they called it squeezy toes. Okay. And this is when they were 2, and they still remember squeezy toes. So, rub yourself down with some nice lotion, get yourself, something lavender scented. That temperature change from a warm bath or a warm shower, as your body cools off, you sleep better, which is another reason why it's so important to sleep in a cool room. And also, I like my lavender tea or my sleepy time tea. There's so many alternatives to sleep medications, which is something that so many people are on. You can take melatonin, and that works for a lot of people. You could have, there's the sleepy time teas sometimes have an herb called valerian root in it, which is super relaxing, and that will knock you out. And there's so many things that you could do to avoid taking medications, which ultimately are going to impact the quality of your sleep long term. So I just think it's really important to set yourself in a place. If you have stress, if you have anxiety, those guided meditations are going to be, read your Bible. If you're a Bible reader, most of those things will settle you.
Yeah, that's what I do when my cell phone goes ding. It's time to go to sleep, Martha. You know what's also important? What you wear.
Oh, very true.
What you
or
wear.
What you don't wear.
Right.
Or what you don't wear.
Right.
For sure. That's important. So I put my, whatever it is I'm going to wear. I go into bed. I make sure that the bed is made, like it's nicely tucked in. Because my husband told me, he's like, it's not to say, when our housekeeper comes and makes her bed, it's like when you go to a hotel and you slip into it and it's like nice and,
Yep.
That reminds me, those weighted blankets apparently helps people. I don't have one, but it apparently helps people sleep better too. There's so many little tips and tricks that you can do, to
You just
help.
have to find what works for you. Everybody's
Have to
different. So
find.
just by listening to the three of us, you could see what works for each of us. And it's different.
Yep. So I sleep into bed. I do my devotions. I pray, and I don't have a problem sleeping. I'm the very opposite. So I just fall asleep. That's my ritual. All right, guys. And last thing, that blue light that you guys were mentioning, Donna, you mentioned the TV. Dr. Marty, you mentioned the phone. That's a big issue.
Yeah.
That blue light is a stimulant to our brain. We're trying to shut off our brain, not stimulate it, right? So make sure you also see what gets you going, and try to just take that away so then you can sleep, guys. So there you have it. A ton of tips. I think we might have to type this up and post it for them. Okay. A ton of tips, guys. If you try any of them, if it's helping you, comment below, reach out to us, let us know. Sleep is amazing. Sleep is necessary. It is a must. Do it. Go. We're going to tell you. I want to tell you. We want to tell you. You have homework. Go and create your ritual that works for you. Try it all, and those things that works, do it every single night. All right, guys. Till next time. Thanks for watching.